It is possible to repair a leaking drain valve on a hot water tank without draining the tank of water or removing the drain pipe itself. I will show you how this can be done. In this video, I'm going to show you how I repaired a dripping drain valve on my hot water tank. I noticed that water was accumulating in the bottom of my tank, and I discovered that it was leaking from the drain valve. I knew that because I placed this plastic container under the valve and water was in it, and I could also feel water coming out of the pipe itself. I had previously watched several other YouTube videos, and in all cases it was recommended that this valve be replaced with a new one, which I purchased at my local hardware store. The first thing to do is shut off the power. In my case, this was the gas valve. Next, turn off the hot water heater and the pilot light. Now, turn off the water valve to the hot water tank. Go inside and turn on a hot water valve on any faucet. The water will only run for a few seconds. These procedures created a vacuum at the top of the water tank and kept the water in the tank so I could remove the valve with a crescent wrench. I could then remove the actual valve itself with a screwdriver. It is important not to open any faucets at this point, as it would break the vacuum and release all of the water in the tank. On closer examination, I discovered that the rubber washer on the valve was in pieces and was easily removed by removing the screw that held it in place. The washer had completely disintegrated, which most likely was causing the leak in the first place. Removing the screw, however, was a different story. I actually had to use a pair of vice grips in order to remove the screw, as it had corroded in place even though it was brass. However, I was able to get it out. I took a measurement of the valve itself and discovered that the outside measured 1/2 inch and the inside measured 0.48, which is about 1/2 inch washer that I would need. I found these 1/2 inch washers at the local hardware store and purchased them to replace the defective washer. I purchased both a flathead and a beveled washer, as I didn't know which one would fit. Actually, the beveled washer was too long and it would not allow the screw to screw into the valve. This is what the finished valve looked like with the flat washer installed. I then replaced the new washer back into the drain valve. Tighten it with a crescent wrench. And then tighten the valve Now, the question is, would it work? I turned the water pressure back on and check for any leaks. I'll leave this plastic tray here for the next few hours and see what happens. It has now been 24 hours since I installed the new washer on the drain valve. I have restarted the hot water heater. My wife has done a load of wash, and we both had showers. And the best part is that there is no leak. So the washer is working. This has been a very easy fix and only required the purchase of a 35-cent washer, which was certainly better than replacing the entire pipe, which could have created some very serious problems if it had been corroded in place. Additionally, it required simple hand tools and no plumbing expertise other than the ability to replace a simple washer.